Hello there, and welcome to Foodie Legends, your go to source for the best foods to eat around the world and its history. In our previous video, we made our tour step in the large Indian subcontinents and had a taste of the traditional foods they have. Today, we are on our way to continue our journey. Would you like to join us?
Come on, vamonos! Everybody, let's go!
Well, before we do it, don't forget to hit the subscribe and notification bell so you guys can catch up to our latest food journeys. Without anything further to do, let's go! Rajasthan, translated as the Land of Kings, is a region in northern India. It has a very dry climate, which makes the standard of living there very challenging. Rajasthan's arid climate significantly shaped its cuisine, creating dishes that can last for days, even without heating. Rajasthan has a wide variety of sweet dishes. However, these sweet treats are generally not considered desserts because, unlike typical desserts that are served after the main courses, Rajasthan sweets are served before, during, and after the actual meal. So for today's video, we are going to have a taste of Rajasthan's sweet delights that you would absolutely crave for.
This is where the fun begins.
Coming in at number 1 on our list is a rich sweet dish from Rajasthan that is a great reflection of their cuisine, the GHEVAR. Rajasthani confectionery is known for its richness, mainly due to the use of ghee or clarified butter, or milk. GHEVAR is one example of this trait, earning the top spot on our list. GHEVAR is a disc-shaped delicacy made from batter composed of maida or refined wheat flour, cold water, milk, and ghee, carefully poured into a lake of hot oil or ghee, forming its signature shape. GHEVAR also gained the moniker the honeycomb dessert because it definitely looks like its namesake with intricate holes dotting its surface. Not only does it look like a honeycomb, but it is also sweet that it can make the eater giddy with sugary goodness. The GHEVAR is then dipped in sugar syrup and topped with an assortment of delights such as nuts like almonds or pistachios, rabri or thickened milk, and even your typical Indian spices. Alternatively, instead of using cold water as part of the GHEVAR batter, you can instead use koa, also known as dried evaporated milk solids, or malai, otherwise known as a milk cream. GHEVAR is further enhanced by an extra layer of flavor from saffron or cardamom powder too. As a traditional Rajasthani sweet delicacy, GHEVAR was once enjoyed solely during the monsoon season, but it became so well loved that GHEVAR eventually became a part of other festive seasons, such as the Diwali, Tej, Holi, and Raksha Bandhan. After all, who would want to skip of this honeycomb paradise while you're celebrating a festival? Coming in second on our list is JHAJARIYA, or to put it simply, Rajasthan's corn and nut pudding. Well, admittedly, that sounds quite funny. But Jhajariya is a great example of what Rajasthani cooks can do with the spare resources that they have and still make it rich and tasty. Jhajariya is a classic Rajasthani delicacy made with corn, milk, sugar, nuts, and Rajasthan's favorite ingredient, ghee. Although rich and decadent, making Jhajariya is actually quite straightforward and very simple. First, the sweet corn should be ground. If we're using fresh corn, it is best to grate it into a fine texture. The grated or ground corn must be cooked in ghee, milk, and sugar until it loses a great portion of its moisture, leaving a mixture with a dry and granular consistency. Once the pudding is done cooking, its top is garnished with strands of saffron, slivers of almonds, And if you like a good dose of raisins, that is also a wonderful addition to your bowl of jajariya. Jajariya is best served warm, so have a go before the sweet delight turns cold. Rajasthani cuisine was greatly influenced by its hot climate, leading to the availability of whatever ingredients the dry land can provide them. Jajariya at its core greatly resonates with this cooking philosophy. Corn is a durable crop that can grow just fine in Rajasthan's desert climate, and so do various variants of nuts. These nuts truly are a significant part of Rajasthan's cuisine. Combined with the corn's richness with milk and sugar, these nuts provide the much needed earthy flavor and crunch as part of the textural experience. Suffice to say, we truly love these nuts in our jajariya.
Oh my nuts.
The next one on our Rajasthani sweet delights is a sweet delicacy that is not only famous in Rajasthan but also throughout northern India. Coming third on our list is none other than boondi. There is no clear story on where boondi was born, but it is said that originally came from Rajasthan, eventually finding its way to the other parts of India such as Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, Maharashtra, and even as far as Nepal, where it is known as bunia. Preparing boondi requires extreme precision. One can never be too careless in making this sweet dish. Make an error, and all your efforts will be put to waste. Boondi is made from seeds besan, also known as gram flour, which was made from chickpeas. The process starts by making a thick besan batter. It is then poured into a sieve or a large flat spoon filled with tiny holes, with the besan batter passing through these holes and falling to the hot oil. The oil will then fry the batter into small balls, almost like droplets of styrofoam balls. The fried boondi will then be taken out from the oil, set aside so that it can rest and remove the excess oil. Boondi is a very versatile dish, and it can be eaten either as a savory or a sweet snack. If you want to eat boondi as sweet snack, all you have to do is to dip the boondi in sugar syrup, coating every ball with sugary goodness. Then you can compact the mixture into a ball and garnish with raisins or nuts. And voila! You have a new variant of boondi called bundi ladu, crispy and sweet. You might not be able to control yourself and eat more than a piece. Practicality. This word probably summarizes the prime trait of Rajasthani cuisine. In their dish, there is an underlying philosophy that ensures its taste, its durability, and its frugality. Our next pick is a sure reflection of this Rajasthani cooking philosophy. And coming in fourth on our list is churma wahiwala, or simply known as churma. Churmas is a very popular delight from northern India, such as in Awadhi, Uttar Pradesh, Haryanvi, Bihari, and in Rajasthan. There are also many variations in its recipe, just as many as the number of its possible origin stories. According to folk tales, soldiers marching in war have two staple meals: bread and some kind of dairy produce. They would bury chunks of dough in the sandy ground, and when they return, they will be met with perfectly baked bread, cooked by the heat of the sun. The soldiers would then dip it in ghee, curd, or buttermilk. It was during the reign of the Guhilot dynasty that churma was supposedly born. It is said in folklore that during this period, a cook in a marching army accidentally poured down sugarcane juice into the bread known as bati. However, other stories tell that homemakers would dip their bati in sugar water to keep it fresh, leading to the invention of churma. Whatever the story may be, the introduction of sugarcane juice to the humble bread significantly enhanced its flavor, and now we have churma. Churma is made of crumble bread, combined with ghee, sugar, cardamom, and the optional nuts and dried fruits. There are many Indian breads that can be used for this delicacy, such as roti, paratha, or puri. In Rajasthan, bati is the preferred bread of choice and they have their own take on the dish. Rajasthani churma, also known as dade ka churma, is made by combining sifted wheat flour, besan and suji, otherwise known as semolina. The mixture is kneaded into a dough, together with milk and melted ghee. Small dough balls are then formed and fried in hot oil, which will be then cooled down and grinded until pulverized. The ground dough will then be mixed together with powdered sugar, cardamom, and dried fruits. Rajasthani churma is a great companion to dal bati, eaten during festivals and other celebrations. The last spot on our sweet list is a dish that is worthy to be served on special occasions, particularly during weddings. Coming in last but not the least on our list is the dilkushar. Dilkushar is a mithai which refers to the classification of puddings and confectionery in Indian cuisine. Dilkushar is also called besan ki chaki or mohantal in other regions. Dilkushar is considered to be a divine food in Rajasthani cuisine and in India as a whole. It is said that the sweet dish is a favorite of Lord Krishna, one of the most revered deities in the Hindu pantheon. In fact, Dilkushar's other name, Mohantal, was derived from the words Mohan, which is Lord Krishna's other name, and Tal, which means an offering made to a god. It is no wonder that Lord Krishna favors the sweet delight above all else, and we're going to know why. Dilkushar is made by sautéing gram flour with milk and ghee in a pan until the mixture becomes golden and fragrant. Hot sugar syrup will then be poured over the mixture, with additional pistachios or almonds as the finishing touch. The cooked mixture is then set in a greased tray and will be sliced in the shape of your choosing. Dilkushar is fudge-like in texture, chewy, sweet, and nutty at the same time. Oftentimes, dilkushar is also infused by traditional Indian spices such as saffron, rose essence, and cardamom powder, which gives an extra layer of aroma and flavor to this delicacy. Dilkushar is a mainstay in celebrations such as Diwali and Janmashtami, and also during weddings. You can't just be married without a tray filled with dilkushar on the table. That is the way. Thanks again for tuning in with us here today at Foodie Legends for our latest episode. I hope you enjoyed this video and got a nice taste of the traditional sweet treats that Rajasthan has to offer. Before you go, be sure to like this video and click the subscribe button for more delicious content every week. We'd love to hear your thoughts too, so leave a comment below to let us know what your favorite part of the video was, or if you want just to leave a few thoughts. You guys are awesome. Thanks again for watching. See you on the next one.